let's see how to do text. So first of all, for text, it's very annoying to have to program text and use the default settings for how text is positioned. So I always do this at the beginning of my project. So in setup, I say text align, and then center, center, spelled the American way, and in all capital letters, with a comma between it. And the point of text align, when we use the text function to write text, it will center the text at the X and Y coordinate, as opposed to like whatever other default way. Like the default way is very confusing as to how it works. Not even as simple as a rect. And actually, while we're at it, I'll also mention there is Rect Mode as well. And you can say Rect Mode center, and then when you draw a rect, it'll be like an ellipse. It will have the X and Y coordinate at the center, and it will draw the rectangle around it. So it'll grow wider and taller around the center. So I actually really like Rect Mode center. But if you are not willing to give up the way rects work and don't want to learn like, oh yeah, no, they can work two different ways, feel free to not use Rect Mode center. But I think always use text align center center unless you have a good reason not to. So I'm going to put those two things in. And then to do text, basically it's the text function. So I want this to be in the intro screen, right? So I'm going to go to the intro screen. And my background is white. I don't know if I want that to be the case. But that's fine. So I'm going to use the text function, and I can write clicker game, for example. And notice that the text has to be in double quotes. So you can't just write the words clicker game. You got to put the double quotes. And then you do a comma, and then the coordinates, X and Y coordinates. So if I wanted clicker game to sort of be centered, I could do whatever the size is divided by 2. So I could do, like, for example, it's 800 by 800, so I could say 400 for X. And then the Y coordinate, if I said 400, it would be centered in the Y as well, so it'll be right in the middle of the screen. So if I run this, you'll see the text. There it is. Oh, wait, I'm in the wrong mode. So I'll set my mode to intro. You know, changing to the intro channel, so to speak. And there is the word. Oh, no, didn't work. What? Did I put it in the wrong? Here it is. Seems good. Yeah, that could be. So we should change the color. I think. Oh, there we go. It was just taking a while to load, but it's no text. So let's make sure the text is the right color. So you might wonder, is it stroke or fill to change text? And I never remember, but I'm pretty sure it's fill. So I'll make that black. And then also, you don't want it to be too small. So there's a text size function to make it bigger. And you can put in a number, and it's just like, you know, like Microsoft Word. You make it like 11-point font or 12-point font, or, you know, if your essay's a little short, you make it 13-point font. You know, just to like make it a little bit longer, and hopefully your teacher doesn't know. Like, it's the same numbering system. 1 PT equals 1/72 of an inch. I don't know why it's like so amazingly specific and what the number 72 is exactly doing there, but that's what it is. So, for example, 72 would be an inch tall. So if I run this, we'll see what that looks like. And yeah, there it is, clicker game. We can also change the fonts, but I won't talk too much about that right now. I'm kind of tempted to, but I think we'll leave it. But eventually you can download fonts. And if you want to get ready for that, there's some great sites for free fonts. If you go to dafont.com, for example, DAFONT.com, you can actually find all sorts of font files that are free downloads. And if you see one that looks good, like maybe you're like, oh, look at Antique Cherry. I want my text to look like that. Then you could go and download that. And in a future lesson, I'll show you how you can import a font file into processing and make it happen. I could probably do it right now, but I think I'll not. I don't know. Yeah, I think I'll stop. So what else do you have to do for your intro screen? Let's go back and just take a look at the intro screen again. So I'm not really too worried about exactly how it's going to look, but you do need to have a start button that will be tactile, and when you click on it, it should take you to the game itself. So try to make that happen so that once you've coded up however you want your intro function, screen to look, you put in a button, could be anywhere, I don't really care where, and make it clickable, and then that takes you to the game when you click on it. So that's your task, and you have a fair bit of time to do it.